Welcome to a story that transcends time and space, a tale from the ancient scriptures that continues to inspire hearts to this day. In the peaceful kingdom of Dwaraka, Lord Krishna ruled with the kindness and wisdom. His life was full of amazing stories, each teaching us valuable lessons. Today, we journey into one such fascinating tale, the story of the Parijata tree, a tale of love, a powerful battle, and the bond between gods and humans. Sit back and let us take you on this incredible journey. Our story begins with Indra, the king of heavens, visiting Krishna in Dwaraka. Dwaraka was a city of unparalleled beauty, its golden palaces reflecting sunlight like mirrors over the calm ocean waters. Indra looked worried, which was rare for a mighty ruler of Swarga. He needed Krishna's help. Indra explained his problem. A demon named Narakasura had stolen many treasures from heaven. Among them were the magical umbrella of Varuna, the peak of Mount Mandara, and the most heartbreaking, the divine earrings of Aditi, Indra's mother. Indra's voice trembled as he continued, "This is not just about treasures. The demon has also kidnapped 16,000 princes and threatens to take over the heaven itself." Indra pleaded with Krishna, "Only you can stop him, my lord. Please save us." Krishna, always ready to protect Dharma, listened patiently. He promised Indra that justice would be served. But this time, Krishna's wife, Satyabhama, decided to join him. Satyabhama, known for her courage and determination, insisted on accompanying Krishna. "This is not just your battle," she said. "I want to fight by your side." Krishna, impressed by her resolve, agreed. The two mounted Garuda, Krishna's jade eagle, and soared into skies towards Narakasura's fortress. As they neared Narakasura's fortress, a sense of foreboding filled the air. The fortress was surrounded by high walls, dark clouds, and an enormous army. But Krishna and Satyabhama were undeterred. Krishna's Sudarshana Chakra, a spinning disc of light, cut through the demon soldiers with precision. Meanwhile, Satyabhama's arrows flew swiftly, striking down the enemy. The battlefield echoed with the clash of weapons and the cry of warriors. Finally, Krishna faced Narakasura. The demon was no ordinary foe. He was powerful and cunning. A fierce duel ensued, but Krishna's divine strength and Satyabhama's unwavering support proved too much for Narakasura. With a final blow, Krishna defeated the demon, restoring peace to the realms. Krishna freed the 16,000 princes, who thanked him with tears of gratitude. He also recovered the stolen treasures and returned them to Indra. The heavens and the earth rejoiced at this victory. To show his gratitude, Indra invited Krishna and Satyabhama to Swarga, the heavenly kingdom. Indra's wife, Sachi, welcomed them warmly. She led them to the Nandana gardens, where trees bore golden fruits and the flowers of every color filled the air with sweet fragrances. As they walked, Satyabhama saw a tree unlike any other. Its bark shone like gold, its leaves glittered like copper, and its flowers exuded a heavenly fragrance. It was the Parijata tree, a divine Kalpavriksha said to grant wishes. Satyabhama couldn't take her eyes off it. Krishna, this tree is so beautiful. I want it in my garden in Dwaraka. Can we take it home? Krishna, ever eager to fulfill Satyabhama's wishes, smiled and agreed. But as they prepared to take the tree, Indra stopped them. Indra explained that the Parijata tree was no ordinary tree. It was a source of prosperity for heaven and deeply cherished by Sachi. This tree belongs to Swarga, Indra said firmly. Please leave it here. But Satyabhama argued, why should such a beauty be confined to heaven? Let its blessing be shared with the people of Dwaraka. When Krishna supported Satyabhama's wish, Indra grew angry. He summoned his army and declared war. Riding his white elephant Airavata, the wielding his thunderbolt, Indra led the charge. The battle was fierce. Indra summoned storms and lightning, but Krishna countered each attack with ease. Satyabhama too stood her ground, defending against Indra's soldiers. Finally, Krishna caught Indra's thunderbolt mid-air, proving his unmatched power. Realizing he could not win, Indra bowed to Krishna. You are the Supreme Lord, he said. Forgive me for opposing you. Krishna accepted his apology and promised that the Parijata tree would return to heaven after his time on earth was over. Krishna brought the Parijata tree to Dwaraka and planted it in Satyabhama's garden. The tree's golden glow and the sweet fragrance filled the city with joy. The people of Dwaraka admired it, feeling blessed by its presence. The Parijata tree became a symbol of love, devotion, and divine blessings. It reminded everyone of Krishna's kindness and the deep bond between God and the humanity. This story is more than just a tale of magical tree. Some believe the Parijata tree represents the sharing of divine blessings. Others wonder if it symbolizes advanced knowledge or technology from ancient times. Could its glowing bark and wish-fulfilling powers hint at something more profound? Whether a symbol of divine love or a mystery from the past, the Parijata tree continues to inspire us with its beauty and the meaning. Thank you for joining us on this enchanting journey through time. The Parijata tree reminds us of Krishna's wisdom and his deep love for his devotees. It teaches us that blessings are meant to be shared and that love and devotion can overcome any challenge. What do you think about this story? Is the Parijata tree just a symbol of love, or could it be something more? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such timeless stories.